John Reardon here, founder, chief evangelist, Deep Ellum Brewing Company. We're here in our front tasting room. And behind us you can see we support local music. It's a big thing of ours, but today we're talking about supporting local beer. Joined today by Bobby and Yianni of Armadillo Ale Works, and of course my main man Tait. We're here talking about a new collaborative partnership that we've entered into. We're going to help these guys get to brewing. So really excited about this. Haven't heard anyone else kind of doing it in the market. Really haven't heard much of it out there at all. But we are going to be the parent company to Armadillo's brands. They're going to start rolling out their beer here pretty quick. Whole reason behind this, we met these guys a few years back, and we were both in the process of opening a brewery. And you know, so much of this process you kind of hear of, you know, local and small supporting each other, and we really wanted to, you know, shine with that. We really wanted to put that foot forward. So we got to talking with Bobby and Yianni, and you know, through the process, we just said, hey, you know, you guys want to come and brew beer with us? And they were like, yeah. So here we are, and launched it, and you know, pass it over to them and let them kind of tell a little bit about their brewery.
Well, I'm Bobby, head brewer at Armadillo Ale Works. We started, I guess we were incorporated back in 2010. Kind of just been doing test batches, perfecting the recipes, doing events around DFW, mostly in Denton, where we both live. And John and the gang approached us. You know, it was an awesome opportunity. Of course, we're going to jump on it.
Yeah, we're really excited. You know, finally get our beer out there, and like we said these guys are going to help us brew it and distribute it. But it's just a really great way for us to kind of get out there on the market while we, you know, keep working towards and building our brewery in Denton that we hope to open one day. You know, just became good friends. You know, through college we started, you know, drinking beer together and drinking better beer together. And once Bobby graduated, you know, he moved down to Houston to work at St. Arnold's and brewed professionally. I stayed behind and started getting my master's degree. And you know, about halfway through that, he called me one day and was like, hey man, you know, I love doing this. I want to do it, you know, in Denton. Is this something that you think you want to work to, you know, with me to make a reality? And that's, you know, it was just a few short phone calls, you know, really on the same page about so many things. Everything just really clicked. Yeah, so, you know, we had some success with the new venture creation contest at UNT. You know, we did a Kickstarter that worked really well and helped us, you know, get our soda on the market and get the beer rolling and all that stuff. And you know, that's our story so far. You know, we've have those two really good beers that we're going to be launching with here soon, and we're really excited to see, you know, how DFW likes them, and we're pretty sure they're going to be really well received. So we're excited to see that finally happen.
The first one we're going to do is Quakertown Stout. It's our Imperial Stout at 9.22% alcohol by volume. We use a lot of oats, brown malt, a touch of maple syrup. Gives it a nice chocolatey, roasty, coffee-flavored beer. With just like a hint of nuttiness from the maple syrup.
Do you have any interesting stories about armadillos?
I do not.
Oh, that's too bad. That'd be really cool if you did.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, when we were, you know, brainstorming, we wanted something that was identifiable as being, you know, Texan, and we want something that's unique because we feel Denton's like a very unique town. So we thought, you know, the armadillo was perfect. It's the Texas small mammal, the official small mammal of our state, so I thought it was a great name, especially with Armadillo Ale Works. We thought it was memorable and rolled off the tongue.
You know, before we have everybody with a dream of opening a craft brewery knocking at our door, gotta let you know kind of why we chose these guys. I mean, in the process, we've met a lot of people who've talked about craft beer and, you know, want to get into this. And, you know, we've seen a lot of it done for the wrong reasons, especially now with the big boom in craft breweries. And, you know, meeting these guys, a few years back, Drew and I actually met them on the Brews Cruise the night before the North Texas Beer Festival. One of the highlights of the evening, meeting these two, and you know, they've got a true passion for the beer. We've had their beers. You know, Bobby's worked at St. Arnold for several years, so you know, really having that conviction of the craft and wanting to do this local, and you know, really getting back to supporting your community, which is all the things that we were about. So it just made sense, and you know, we're really happy about this partnership and having them part of the team. Do you have any stories about Armadillo?
I don't have any stories about armadillos, but we did get to experience their beer when we did Brewbecue this past year, which was really cool. They came down with some beer, and it was really well received, so I can't wait to see it on a larger scale. Of course, Denton already knows a lot about their sodas. Their sodas are available in Denton right now, but can't wait to see you guys actually pour your first beer.
Yeah.
It's going to be soon.
I can't
too.
wait. I can't wait to work with you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, busy times ahead, you know, for us and for them coming very soon. And beer should be hitting the market here pretty shortly. Exciting stuff. Be on the lookout. Armadillo Crossing.
To the one that got away.
Cheers.